Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, on 25th of this month, Kenyans were on the street to commemorate the disturbing situation that Gen Zs were subjected to when they got to the street 2 years ago to protest against a finance bill that they felt that it was not fair. We know youth were killed right from parliament, on the street. It was across the country. So it was a time to remember the fallen Gen Zs. Of course, police tried to stop by every means, but the youth got to the street to protest in a commemoration of their fellow youth. We saw some leaders, including Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, CJ Emeritus, David Maraga, laying wreath at the parliament just in remembrance of this youth. Such a situation is just meant to remind those who did this this uncalled for act never again to repeat it. But there was a question about the absence of DCP party leader regarding Gachagua. People were questioning, when Gachagua is absent at such a critical time, does he support what the police did to the youth, or is against? And if he's against, why is he not coming out to express himself that he was not happy with what happened? Gachagua, in a video, has come out to respond on where he was and why he chose to avoid joining the Gen Z protest. His response is an attack to some individuals in this country. Surprisingly, he did not attack President William Samoei Ruto. Instead, he went for completely different people, which is now raising questions about his interest in the opposition and in the next political season that is about to come. Listen to him, then we'll go deeper into the discussion.
Nimeona hii vijana wake ya kupiga kelele wakisema hatujaona Rigiji kwa streets akifanya maandamano, akikula tear gas. Mimi hiyo sio line yangu. Kila mtu wako line yake. Everybody ako na strength yake. The strength ya Rigiji sio kwenda kufanya maandamano. Strength ya Rigiji sio kupeleka Wakenya wauawe. Strength ya Rigiji sio kuharibu mali ya wananchi. Rigiji ni mtu ya amani. Rigiji ni mtu ya kutafuta mali, sio ya kuvunja mali. Rigiji ni mtu ya kujenga, sio ya kubomoa. Rigiji ni mtu ya amani, sio mtu ya fujo. Kwa hivyo nyinyi nasikia mnasema ati Rigiji hajafikisha kiwango ya Raila Odinga ya kufanya maandamano, mumepotea. Mimi siko kwa hiyo laini. Kwa sababu mimi sina haja nifanye maandamano watu wawe niingie kwa serikali kwa nguvu. Mimi nataka kutafuta serikali kupitia debe kwa kura. I want to form government through the ballot. Na nyinyi mnasema ati mimi sijui maandamano. Ni kweli mimi sijui. Mimi msinipimie umaarufu kwa mambo ya maandamano. Mimi ni mtu ya kujenga manyumba, sio ya kubomoa. Mimi ni mfanyabiashara. Mimi kazi yangu ni kukuza biashara ambayo na kuharibu biashara. Mimi ni mtu ya kutafuta amani, hapana mtu ya kutafuta fujo. Kwa hivyo hiyo maneno mnanipimia ilikuwa ya Raila ya fujo na kuharibu mali na kufanya watu wauawe, mimi siko hapo. Mimi I have my strength. Na William Ruto anajua my strength. Strength ya Rigathi Gachagua is political mobilization to make somebody to be elected the president of Kenya. That is my strength. Mimi nilimobilize watu 2007. Mwai Kibaki akachaguliwa tena kama rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Mimi nilimobilize wa Kenya 2013. Uhuru Kenyatta akakuwa president wa Kenya. Mimi nilimobilize wa Kenya 2017. Uhuru Kenyatta akarudi kama rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Mimi nilimobilize wafuasi wangu na wa Kenya. William Ruto akakuwa president 2022. That is my strength. Na ukitaka kunipimia nguvu ni hapo. Sasa kazi iko mbele yangu ni hiyo ya political mobilization. The work I'm doing now is to mobilize Kenyans to make sure William Ruto is one term.
Now, regarding Gachagua, in his response, he went further even to mention the name of the late former ODM party leader, Raila Odinga. He did not mention his name positively. We want to look into that discussion and understand where to put Gachagua in the next season of election and political campaigns. What he is doing in the opposition. What is his political interest going forward? What that attack means for him in the opposition. That is a discussion I would want us to have on this pipeline. But before we go deep into that, I have a quick and humble request for those who are watching the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Gachagua said in the beginning that everybody has their own strength. I want to agree with that. We do not have equal strength. No one can be compared to Raila Odinga. But there are those who can emulate Raila. There are those who can take a lesson from Raila. You can't be Baba. But when he goes further to explain what his strength is and what it is not, and I say, my strength is not for leading protests. That means if you have Gachagua in opposition as your leader, assume that you have not defeated Ruto and you have Gachagua to defend you. It means even if the government will oppress the people with higher taxation, with a situation where they will collect taxes without service delivery, value for the tax, Gachagua cannot come out to reject such a situation. He's telling you that you will suffer alone. He cannot stand with the people and say no. Because protest means you reject what is not right. That is a protest. So it means for him, even if you are oppressed, even if Ruto will stand today and say that all Kenyans should be killed, that anyone who speaks against my government should be killed, Gachagua will keep quiet and allow you to be subjected to inhumane way. That is what I'm concluding from that. So, in your own view, is he the right person to follow? He has said his strength, he does not have the strength of taking people to the street to be killed. I don't know who took Gen Z to the street. They told Raila Odinga to stay at home. But they were speaking in their mind. He said he has the ability to mobilize. But he said again, he cannot take people to the street. So how do you defend people when it goes wrong? You yourself, sorry for that. And these people, you will get to the street. But he said, no. He's saying his strength is not in destroying property. In other words, Gachagua is hitting at Raila Odinga, the left, that he had this behavior of destroying people's property. Gachagua is telling us that going to the street means going to destroy property. But we know how the government normally operates. Why is he not talking about how the government normally behave? Sponsoring goons, like the ones who are caught up by the police, sponsored by Jalango, to go to the street, cause mayhem, then shift a blame to protesters. He has said he's peaceful, he gathers wealth and not to destroy. So who destroys wealth? What Gachagua is telling us here, or the conclusion is that he is hitting very hard on the supporters and the believers of Raila Odinga. Yani there is hanging fruit here. Raila is not there. And his group that he was leading, close to 8 million Kenyans, registered voters, they are just hanging like this. They need someone who can really appeal to them. Someone who can show that confidence and they support. Gachagua comes in to destroy such people with such statement. So, none of Raila Odinga supporters can believe Gachagua or can be impressed with the statement being made by Gachagua. I asked the question, is in Gachagua a mole in the opposition working in the interest of the government? That is what I want to conclude. That if you are here to win votes, you cannot do what he's doing on camera. You have to appeal to these people. So Gachagua is cleverly working in the interest of President Ruto if we go by this statement. He's working in the interest of the president. And sooner than later, after Ruto forming government, there is a possibility either he will join it directly, indirectly, or get some contracts without even being in that really government. He might be working in the interest of Ruto. That's why he's attacking on Raila Odinga supporters who are still thinking of where to go. So imagine when he talks like this and Sifuna is joining him, he wants to bring the ideas and the aspirations of Baba into the opposition. And then he meet the person who is already attacking those aspirations. So, how do they work together? Not really possible.